guys, I'm Aussie Villa and welcome to episode 102 of Raise the Holte, our bid for world domination with Aston Villa. And today, it's two really big games actually. We're at home to Manchester City in the league. They are a good team despite the fact they sit 8th in the league table. And then we send the kids out, you guys, the Academy products, Regens, named after you, against Wolves in the EFL Cup or the Carabao Cup 4th round. We did get the job done against Leicester in the 3rd round. It just ramps up the pressure a little bit, doesn't it? Because we're up against Wolves now in the 4th round. Now, since last episode where we had that just infuriating loss to Sporting in the Champions League, we've rebounded pretty well. First up, we were at home to Bournemouth. Now, in this game, we got an early goal through an own goal. They pegged us straight back. We were actually quite poor in the first half. Lab gave us the lead before the break, but then second half, we just ran riot. Lab got a second, Almeida and Marin with the rest of the goals. 40 shots on goal in the end. 18 on target, which isn't ideal, but we absolutely, as I said, just ran riot second half. That was a really, really good performance. Then we played Derby. We went to Derby, and you would look at it and say 90th minute penalty, we threw it away. Not at all. We really struggled in this game. We were lucky to go in front through Nick Roberts, and then we were, to be quite honest, we were hanging on. You can see Gaz Mosley was one of the best players on the field. So yeah, a point was the least Derby deserved from that. So that was a little bit disappointing. Then we looked to get our Champions League campaign back on track. We went to Germany and did just that. Rashid, Brian Carlos with another goal in Europe, and Rodrigo with the goals. You can see there, look at those match ratings. A much, much better performance. The match stats bear that out as well. It was a really good return to form in European football. Let's go and have a look at what all that means for the league tables. You can see we're currently sitting 4th in the Premier League, 4 points back of Man United. City with a game in hand are 3 points behind us. So potentially they're equal on points with us as well. So we want to make sure we get some sort of result against them. And as I kind of expected, Monaco's won their other 2 games. So it's between us and them, it looks like. Although, I mean, the other 2 teams are right there. It just takes one more slip up. And, you know, someone's in some trouble. But, yeah, it's looking as though it's between us and them for top of that group. But let's not dwell on the Champions League. I'll get angry again. That Sporting game. Let's go and have a look at what we're doing here against Manchester City. We're just going to have a look at the match preview. We can see not the best record. We've had 5 wins, 3 draws, and 9 defeats. So we've lost to them more than anything else combined. We are the favourites, though, being at home. You can see they're a standard playing style, balanced mentality. Zidane is the manager. Look at those previous meetings. We have a terrible record against them. This is how we're expecting them to play. They do like to push high up the field there. Maybe we can get in behind their fullbacks. That's certainly going to be our plan, I think. There's their passing network. Key passes tend to be in and around the area, but not afraid to go long, which makes it a little bit more difficult for us as well. And this is the team. It is Gaz Mosley. If we're going to get there, please, game. Did I click on it? Any second. There we go. So Gaz Mosley continues in goal. Now, one good thing, despite the fact he wants to leave and he's requested to leave, he's not playing badly, which is really good. So touch wood, that'll continue. It's Nepo, Rodrigo, who we want as a ball-playing central defender. Forster and Kostic is the back 4. Tonali, Leroy, and Grealish back from injury. Not really match sharp, but back from injury, so he comes straight back in. It's Rashid and Marin down the wings. It's Messi up top. Come on. So we can see the way that they are playing as expected. And Mbappe, I forgot he plays for them. So there we go. What do we say to this? Just pick up where you left off. You should do this one fairly. Should we win this one fairly comfortably? All right, we'll go with that. I mean, we're a good team. We don't need to be afraid of anybody. But, you know, saying you should be a very good Manchester City team comfortably is maybe a step too far. But let's see what happens. Hopefully that's the right team talk to give. Kickoff highlight here, Mbappe out to Louvre, and that is the end of that. Yeah, I should quickly mention there is a Goals of the Month at the end of this episode as well, so after the Wolves game, do stick around for that. See all the goals from between episodes. Rodrigo loses out to Mbappe there. Oh, I thought he maybe could have done a little bit better there. Nepo picks up, this goes long again. We don't really, I mean, Messi's not winning many headers like that, and suddenly we're very much on the back foot here. Pavon, it's ricocheted through. Kostic picks that up. Just get rid of Gaz. There we go. And I tell you what, I was going to say Neymar is there, but I tell you what, Messi picks out Rashid. Rashid's in here. Rashid! Oh! It hit the post twice! It's hit the post twice. Unbelievable luck. What have we done wrong? Who kicked the black cack before the game? All right, Grealish with the corner. Back post. Rodrigo's there. It's back towards goal, and Edison claims that relatively easily in the end. Is the highlight going to continue here? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. All right, come on, boys. Concentrate here, please. Let's win that. We just about do through Nepo, but the highlight, this is becoming a long highlight, isn't it? Don't like this. They've gone long. It should be easy for Kosic. He brings it down. Back for Gaz. There we go for Rodrigo. Sensible, please, boys. Sensible. Goes over there for Rashid. He loses out. This is... Oh, what is going on with this highlight? It's going to end badly, isn't it? It's going to end badly. He goes Mbappe. Mbappe cuts in and it's easy for Gaz in the end. We'll take that. We'll take that and run. Let's get creative here, boys. Come on. I can't believe that was such a long highlight that led to a weak shot. Oh, Kosic just nicked that wonderfully. Kosic, he picks out Messi. What's Messi going to do? He rolls it across for Leroy. Leroy! Oh! Leroy! First goal of the season. That's more like it from him. We've seen him sort of walk the ball into the box a few times this year and then just blast it over or straight at the keeper or something that wasn't what we wanted. But that's what we saw from him last year, wasn't it? Give him a little bit of space, and he had so much space. That's more like it, Leroy. Well done. First goal of the year. An assist for Messi as well, who did well to pick him out. Let's not forget Kosic, of course, reading that throw-in like a book and nicking that expertly. Perfectly done. We'll demand a little bit more of them. We don't want to rest on our laurels here just yet, but... Well, at all. Never mind just yet. But there we go. So far, so good. Mbappe's picked up a knock as well, which is not a bad thing for us. Rashid just ran into trouble there, didn't he? Here goes Upamenko. Mbappe. Can we finish the job here? Can we just... I don't wonder what he's done to himself. If it's you don't want someone to be injured. Set off the crossbar. Unlucky or lucky for us. What's he done to himself here, Mr. Mbappe? A potential thigh injury. So that's muscular. So that's... He's going to have to go off at some point, isn't he, really? Alright, Kosic in for Grealish. For Rashid. Wrong way, mate. There we go. That's going to find Nepo getting forward. Cross comes into the box. We're not going to find Messi in a crowded box, that's for sure. Rodrigo picks up the clearance. We go again. Tonali. Back for Forster. Goes on a bit of a run. That's an okay ball there in the end for Rashid. He goes again. Grealish. Grealish looks for Marin. Just can't quite pick him out. If we win the header, we can. Oh, what is with the long highlights this game? Pavon goes on a run. He finds Mbappe. Mbappe runs at us. He runs at us. He runs at us. And Gaz is there. Again, a weak shot at the end of it. But warning signs are there, aren't they? Let's maybe throw out a concentrate here when we can. Gaz plays it out there for Rodrigo. Rodrigo kind of stuffs around with it and gets himself closed down. Back for Gaz. Looks for Rashid. Referee. That's a good little flick on there for Kosic. Back to Rashid. Can Rashid find Marin at the back post? Oh, Upamenko's having a hell of a game, isn't he? He's in the middle, blocking everything. They go again through Mbappe. Mbappe this time inside for Jose Jesus, whatever his name is, and it's missed. Oh, we've blocked it. Jose Jesus. Who the hell is that? Gabriel Jesus. I'm just throwing out Spanish names at this point. Portuguese names. Oh, it's claimed by Gaz. Well done, mate. Well done. Let's give it... I want to give out a concentrate here, please. Please, game. Into the break. There we go. Let's get ourselves in. I think we've arguably been second best, haven't we? They've had a number of decent chances that they've either sort of fluffed it or Gaz has made a decent save. But certainly not the most comfortable of 1-0 leads that we've had at the break this season or any season. You've played well. There's room for improvement. I think I like that. I certainly don't think we'd be getting complacent based on the back of the performance, but you never know. So people here that aren't playing well, we'll just tell we expect a little bit more of them. And to be honest, that's most of the team, isn't it? Leroy's done quite well. I mean, the goal's going to help his match rating there too, isn't it? Not happy. Messi's done okay. Who else have we got up here? Kosic with the assist to the assist on the goal, and Gaz has done quite well as well. Oh, and who's this? We've just got to remotivate Rodrigo. There we go. That all looks good. I don't think we need to change too much. The only really thing we can change, so Mbappe's gone off now. It's Willie White. Now, he's got us before. I think was he at Stoke and he scored a good goal or two against us. I think it was at Stoke. I do remember the name. Let's give it a... What do we say here? Let's give it a show some passion. We're looking motivators. Let's try and fire him up a little bit. Grealish isn't having his best game, if we're honest. Rashid's picked up an injury. So that might rescue Grealish, actually. What could I do? Oh, no, you know what we can do? We can do this and switch them over. We'll bring Rodrigo on. looking at Lee Hendry as a potential replacement for Grealish. Throw out a get creative. I don't want us to sit back too much here. Marin's not having the best game, but unless we're going to put Grealish on the right wing, he's kind of stuck out there now. Let's go with a demand more. Hasn't been the most entertaining of halves, but I tell you what, when you're in front, you don't care, do you? Did we get the demand more shout out there? I don't know that we did. Do we start to close this thing down just ever so slightly? You know what we might do is just sit our fullbacks a little bit more. We don't need them bombing forward now. We might just sit Tonali as well. There we go. That all looks good to me. And now we will start and close it down in-game as well. Waste a bit of time. Slow that down. Let's put it back to defensive, and let's see if we can hang on here till the very end. Rodrigo goes on a run. It's tackled away. This should be it. I tell you what, the second half was not a classic, was it? But that nice little goal there in the first half has got the job done for us. Well done to Leroy. Well done to Villa. And that is a big, big 3 points. As I said, not a classic. Not our best performance. But I tell you what, it was job done, wasn't it? Okay, so the Rashid injury isn't a serious one. Fortunate to beat City. I'd agree with that, I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. But it would have been harsh to lose. But I certainly don't think we can say we deserve to win the game. How is looking at Mosley, Grealish, and a couple of their boys. If we have a look at what that has done to the league table, we did have the game in hand there. So it just keeps us in touch there. A point behind United and Chelsea at the top. I tell you what, just dig City into a bit of a hole, that result, doesn't it? But there we go. Anyway, guys, wait right there. It's back. Well, we will be back, I should say, for the game against Wolves with you guys on the field. Okay, welcome back. It is time for the Carabao Cup 4th round. And let's have a look at the Wolves team we're up against. You can see we are the favourites. We have a decent record against them, but, I mean, it's not, we have 6 times not beaten them, so there you go. So they're a passing playing style, balanced mentality. Pedro, however you want to say that, that's the old Rangers boss, I think, isn't it? Was that the guy? Was it Rangers for a while? Yeah, there we go. So I no idea how you say that, but there we go. That's who it is. This is how we're expecting them to play. Now, they do have a decent team, don't they? We know De Kock is... I've got to be careful what I say there, but De Kock is good. Martial as well. So they've got some decent players in there. We can see they're a little bit spread out, so we might be able to get at them through the middle and perhaps in behind their fullbacks as well. There's their passing network. There are their key passes. Let's have a look at the team we're sending out. And as obviously it's a team of you guys, isn't it? Now, we do have a few injury concerns. So apologies to Casey Beck. You were injured. You can see 80%. You're not fit enough, certainly to start, maybe to come on. We'll see how it's going. And the other one is Blake Scully. You've picked up an injury too, mate, so you're not fit for this one, unfortunately. But it's Gaz Mosley in goal. Darley, Harry Thomas, Bergkamp the second, and Fiorini. Hendry and Turpie in midfield. Nick Roberts, Paul Walker, and Marin in behind Brian Carlos up top. So here we go. Paul Walker, captain once again. Well done to him. That's not me choosing. That's just the game picking the best captain. So it's not. I'm not sort of showing favourites to anybody there. It's just going to whoever the game says. Do it for the fans. And I mean, it is a derby, isn't it? All right, let's go a little bit of passion. Let's give the fans a performance here. We'll go with that. Some calm. We have faith. It's a decent enough team. I mean, there's a couple of ring-ins here, I know, but it's still a good team. I mean, Brian Carlos has been scoring in the Champions League. Gaz Mosley's an England international. Paul Walker's done well. Nick Roberts has scored. Was he in the Champions League? Whether he got, no, it was Derby. He got his goal, wasn't it? Hendry and Turpie have been. I mean, all of you have been playing for the youth England teams. So, yeah, it's a good team. We have nothing to fear here. That is for sure. And of course, you throw Marin in there, just a little bit of stardust as well. And Fiorini, of course, who was an Italian international. So, Marin's possibly suffered a bruised knee. That should be fine. We don't really have anybody else to play on the left, if I'm honest, so it'll kind of have to be fine. I think at a stretch, Gary Turpie or Bell, however you say that, on the bench, could probably play out there. Here goes Marin, in for Paul Walker, in his new attacking midfielder role. Marin can't quite get the ball back for us there. Long ball forward, Darley's got that covered all day. Hendry in there for Turpie. Turpie with a nice little ball out there for Fiorini. Can he pick out someone in the box? He can. It's Brian Carlos! 6th goal of the year for him. He's scoring for fun. And he got a hat-trick, of course, in the last round, didn't he? That's 4 goals now in the Carabao Cup. Excellent, excellent stuff. We'll demand a little bit more of that. Good ball from Gary Turpie, wasn't it? Look at that. Fiorini in so much space, and he just picked out a stunning ball and unmarked in the middle of the area. He's not missing that, is he? Good old Brian Carlos. That is 1-0 to the good guys. Excellent, excellent stuff. The run to the final, is it going to continue here? We do, of course, have Almeida and Lab on the bench, you can see as well. So there are options. Lots and lots of options for us should we need them. Paul Walker's picked up a booking. Hopefully he won't do anything silly now. But we'll have a word at half time. Here's the throw, Fiorini. It's headed out, but we've still got it. Back post there for Marin. Oh, I tell you what. He should have done a little bit better there, I think. That should be at least finding the target, if not the back of the net. It was a tight angle, so it's difficult to sort of say you should have scored. But, yeah, there we go. Have not had a shot on target yet, Wolves. What do we say to this? Things are going way capable of better. I think it's going to be a don't get complacent, doesn't it? We've sort of dominated that game so much that you do that 1-goal lead. You do worry a little bit that we could get complacent. A little bit more from you, please, Mr. Turpie. And that should be good. I don't see a need to change anything necessarily because, as I said, we've done really well that first half. So we just a matter of just keeping our concentration now. We might actually give it a concentrate shout. Attacking players haven't been too fantastic, shall we say. Walker's a little bit out of position, so that's fair enough. I would like to see a little bit more from Nick Roberts here, actually. He's a good player. He's better than this. Otherwise, it's not been too bad so far. We're on the hour mark now. Looks like it's going to be a Wolves highlight. It's come in. It's there for Fiorini. Can we launch a counter-attack? So much space in the box there. There goes Nick Roberts. Here we go. Here we go. This is what he's good at. This is running at the defenders. He's done really well there. Ball back inside there for Paul Walker. Can he pick out a teammate? There's a good ball out there for Dali. Dali's not the best crosser, but he's dinked one out there, and it's too close to the goalkeeper. Now, is that the highlight? Almost surely not. They've rolled it out. That's putting themselves under a lot of pressure. Turpie's knocked that down to Hendry. Hendry and Turpie just playing their own game for a second. Here goes Marin. Marin, back for Turpie. Out there for Fiorini. That's another good ball. Can Fiorini get his second assist? That's Marin. It's down for Nick Roberts. He's missed it. He's missed it twice. Oh, Nick Roberts. How are we going to live to regret that? That was now Marin's picked up an injury. We don't have anybody else to play on the left-hand side. I think Bale is maybe our best bet. It's not really a crosser. At least he's got a left foot on him. Almeida, are you left-footed? No, he's right-footed. I'm pretty sure the Lab is right-footed as well. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to go with Bale, I think. Do we stick Paul Walker out there, I wonder? At least he can... Yeah, you know what? Let's maybe do that. We can bring Almeida on and put Paul Walker out on the left. It's not ideal, but, you know, captain sacrifice. Let's call it that. All right. Boys, let's demand more here, please, and thank you. I mean, we need that second goal, don't we? That Nick Roberts miss, is that going to come back and haunt us? I mean, we've looked so good, it would be really, really disappointing to not go and win it from here, wouldn't it? Let's give it a concentrate, start and close it down. It's not it's not been an episode full of goals, has it? Let's put it that way to say it nicely, but... we're not that far away here from getting a second win of the episode, and that would be a nice thing, wouldn't it? Here goes Almeida. It's decent. Cardozo with a good save in the end, and we should get a corner. We're into stoppage time. Let's go defensive. Turpie to knock it in. Can we finally wrap up this game here and now? Come on, Turpie. Quality ball, mate. We're wasting time. Well done, mate. Expertly done. We still have our centre-backs up there, mate. You don't want to waste too much time here. There we go. Corner comes in. Edge of the area. It's there for Nick Roberts. Back for Turpie. For Nicky Roberts. Back for Turpie. Thinks one in. Oh! Gary Turpie almost caught the keeper out there. Hopefully we'll get all our defenders back now. The one thing we should maybe do is take our fullbacks off of attack. Or do it after this highlight. There's no point doing it now because it's not going to change anything. And if they're going to score, it's too late. We're just going to have to undo it again. Come on, boys. Oh, it's a decent ball in. It's Fiorini. Jesus Christ. What is that? Gaz has just about managed to keep it out in the end. But that was not what was needed, guys. bit of miscommunication there, but that's fine. It ends well, so that's okay. This should be it. We have the ball. 10 seconds to go. It's a good ball for Dali. Can we get a little bit of icing on the cake? It doesn't look like we can. Wolves have it, but that should be it. There it is. There it is. Well done. We're into the hat for the quarterfinals now? That was the fourth. Is the fifth round the quarterfinals? That's the big question, isn't it? Fiorini's had a good game and he's almost set up a second goal there. We'll say, well done, lads. On we go. So there we go. We get the win against the Wolves. We are into the fourth round. Marin's only gone for a day or two, so that's good. Fiorini has a good game. Looking at Gaz and Brian Carlos, they're both on the England radar, so that's a good thing. But anyway, guys, that is it for today. Just goals of the month to come. But if you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, unlikely after 100 episodes, you're just discovering it. But maybe you are. And if so, welcome. And please do subscribe and ring the bell if you want to know when I upload new episodes. 2-1-0 wins today. We'll be back next time. I think what we'll do... Stuttgart, we beat them relatively easily away from home. I fancy us doing the same at Villa Park. So what we might do is we might come back for Manchester United, who are, of course, top of the league, and then a massive game away to Monaco, which could determine, probably will determine who finishes top of the group, to be honest. So that's all for next time, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching, and here are our goals of the month for October. Take care.